Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Everlasting Summer. So we're back again after that fiasco last night. This is day something, I'm not sure. But let's get on with the show or game. I don't know why I keep referring this to as a show. Anyways. On my way to washstands, I met Xenia. What got you up so early? Anything wrong with being up early? That's rather harsh. She looked at me as if I had insulted her. No, nothing. Just curious. None of your business. Alright then. Gosh, Xenia isn't very sympathetic even when she's in a good mood. But today she just looked furious. You know, some people have bad mornings. The cold water perked me up. The fog in my head dissipated, and my thoughts started arranging themselves. Curiously, I started to worry about finding a good place in the canteen more than about finding answers. We are just integrating into the lifestyle, really. I brushed my teeth and was going to leave, when a quiet sound wafted past my ears. It's probably a squirrel or some other animal. I heard another sound, this time a bit farther. I walked 10 meters along the path, searching for the source. Nobody, just the morning forest. Oh, it's Hatsune Miku again. I returned to the washstands and saw Miku, who was looking for something in the grass. Noticing me, she smiled and jumped up to me. Oh, hello. Good morning. I accidentally scattered my tooth powder, just trying to gather it all back up. The dewy grass didn't seem to be helping matters. How can you gather toothpaste like powder from the grass? Are you sure that's a good idea? Well, why? What else can I do? I don't have any more. It was the last I had. She pouted like a child who had just had her favorite toy taken away from her. Here, I'll give you mine. I dug into my bag. It's much better than watching a girl get... God damn it, Simeon. No tooth powder there. Strange. Didn't I just put it there? I walked away for just a minute, and now it's gone. Listen, it looks like I have forgotten it. I didn't want to tell her that it had just gone missing. Knowing the sensitivity of this girl, it was safe to assume that vanishing household goods would impress her so much that her brain would reset itself in order to avoid overheating. She is very excitable. Well, I'll be off. Yeah, cheers. Visit visit me in the music club. I'm still alone there, but I... Miku's voice faded in the freshness of the summer morning far behind me. Okay. Getting back to the leader's cabin, I took my cell phone and looked at the battery meter. Enough power for a day, maybe even less. Of course, it won't help me much in here, but still. Finding a charger in the 80s would mean inventing it. Still, regardless, the morning was shining and beautiful. The bright sun was shining over the space and time-displaced pioneer camp Sovyonok, something, warming its residents and filling them with energy to spend the day productively. I'll learn how to pronounce the camp's name later on. Or in my case, to waste it in futile efforts to find an explanation for everything happening here. There was an unusually large crowd near the canteen. Of course, there was no other place in the camp that pioneers loved as much as the canteen, but why were they all crowding on the porch? I came closer to find out what was going on. It looked like all the camp had gathered at the porch. There were all the familiar girls, Olga Dmitrievna, and Electronic. Electronic is not a girl, so far I can recall. They were having a lively discussion. Thank God it's not a dead body. I drew closer. Ah, Simeon. Have you seen Shurik today? Nope. What's the matter? We haven't been able to find him since early morning. Disappearing pioneers. Well, that's something new. But he was with you yesterday? She was talking to Electronic. Yes, he was. So you woke up this morning and he wasn't anywhere to be found? No. Why didn't you come to me immediately? Well, I thought that he got up earlier and went to wash up or something. That's fair. Did he mention anything yesterday? Interjected Slavia. For example? That he was going somewhere, for instance. Nope. What exactly is so horrifying about that? It's only 9 AM. He might have decided to go for a walk. You don't know, Shurik. She looked at me seriously. Well, no, I don't. But I didn't see anything suspicious in this situation. Okay, let's stop panicking. We'll find him. How could he miss breakfast? Oh, I forgot. I did the high-pitched voice for Uliana. Then I also did it for Miku. I'm gonna need to find a new voice for Miku. Uliana grinned. Exactly. Time to eat anyway. The pioneers proceeded into the canteen. Yet again, I had no choice where to fit in. The only free place was at the table with Alisa and Uliana. Take a seat! She pointed at the chair next to her. Oh dear lord. I sat down. Aren't you going to get your food? Good idea. Thanks. I hadn't thought about that. Today's breakfast didn't look much different from yesterday's, but it looked much more appetizing. Or maybe I was just very hungry. Or maybe I was eager to finish it off as soon as possible to avoid yet another Uliana prank, TM. Wanna go to the beach with us today? When? Right after breakfast. We just go straight in. Generally speaking, relaxation wasn't on my agenda today, but if I was going to spend my time thinking, why shouldn't I do it while getting a suntan? Sure, why not? Ah, cool! She smiled nicely. I bet you're planning another prank. No, not at all! Why would I do that? Uliana waved her hands at me. She sure is. Elisa grinned. She's always like that. I looked at Elisa attentively and suddenly remembered yesterday's evening. Her strange behavior, our quarrel. But now she looked like usual. Maybe there's no need to say anything to her? Though I wasn't going to. At the end of the day, everything that happened that night stopped seeming unusual. Unusual. As if it was all just a dream. No way! I think she's right. Nobody believes me! Haha! Uliana took her tray of dirty dishes and stood up. Enjoy your meal! She said in such a way which left no doubt. Nothing good awaits me today at the beach. Me and Elisa were left alone. You know, I guess I shouldn't go with you after all. Why is that? Well, I've got something to do. And what exactly would that be? She looked in my eyes and I couldn't even find an appropriate excuse. Ah, shit. I don't even have a swimsuit. Try mine. You think it will fit me? Give it a try. Please do not tell me you're into this kind of thing, Elisa. I don't think it's worth the effort. Don't be a wimp. Go find you some swimming trunks. Those words only added to my fear. Wait for me by the canteen. I'll be back soon. Okay. There's nothing wrong with waiting for her, is there? Finishing my breakfast, I left the building and sat on the stairs. There are chairs. Why? Pioneers, all having their own business, hurried past me, one by one. No one stopped by me. No one even looked in my direction. It seemed they didn't consider me a stranger, but exactly the opposite. Just another teenager their age. Their comrade, you could say. I caught myself thinking that I had started to consider this camp and its inhabitants with not as much caution as I had on the first day. What are they, Simeon? Aliens? That's actually possible. Indeed, Elisa was back in a couple of minutes. Ready? Ready for what? She gave me the trunks. Damn it, we should have made up a better excuse. Though you could hardly call them trunks. They looked like pink boxers decorated with butterflies and flowers. Actually, they were boxers. I'm almost afraid to ask, but where did you get these? Too scared to put them on? Yes! Well, you know, I have not the slightest intention of doing so. I appreciated her joke, but wasn't going to make myself a laughingstock. Put them on! Okay, calm down, Elisa, she said roughly. Why don't you try them on instead of me? I think you'd look much better in them. I think that the color of this swimsuit would set off your eyes very nicely. Let's make a bet. I had no desire to accept her bets. No thanks. Alright, you either go to the beach wearing them or you swim naked. Weighing the pros and cons, even the second option seems better than the first. I'm not planning to go anywhere at all. Then I'll tell everyone that you left these trunks in my cabin. Why would I do that? How should I know? She burst into laughter. I didn't want to argue with Elisa, so I decided to go to the beach in the end. But not in those flamboyant trunks. Okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Don't be late. She ran off after saying that. Where did she find those? I'm very scared. I dragged my feet to the leader's cabin to get a towel and to hopefully find something like trunks. Olga Dmitrievna was waiting for me in the room. Simeon, did you hear anything about Shurik? Same as half an hour ago. I walked to my bed and took a towel. Are you going somewhere? Yes, to the beach. Wait, do you have swimming trunks? You came here without any luggage, as I recall. strange. That fact didn't seem to surprise her during our first encounter. No. So what will you wear? Good question. What? I don't know. Wait a minute. She walked to the wardrobe and unlocked a drawer. In a moment, she had a pair of normal black trunks. Where did she get those? More importantly, why? Someone from the previous session might have forgotten them. Considering all the strange things in this camp, it wasn't really surprising to find men's swimming trunks in Olga Dmitrievna's room. Thanks. The trunks were just my size. How convenient. I got changed behind the cabin and went to the beach. A lot of pioneers had already gathered there, but I recognized only Elisa and Uliana. Come here! I walked over to them and sat on the sand. I see you found something better. She stared at my trunks and smirked. As you can see, it is not pink and decorated with butterflies. And they are actually swimming trunks. Come on, let's swim! I don't want to. Maybe later. I was not a fan of swimming. Suit yourself. The girls ran into the water. Why did I come here? To avoid an argument, obviously. Why am I not out looking for answers? Should I care about it now? Every time we've tried to go out looking for answers, we've been distracted or preoccupied with something. Every time. Sovyanok seemed normal. Certainly, a lot of strange things have happened to me during these 3.5 days, but not one of them, taken separately, seemed at all supernatural. Especially since I didn't get any closer to finding so much as a clue. On the contrary, everything that has happened has only confused me more. What alternatives do I have? I won't get any truth from the local residents, though I doubt they even know it. Should I try to leave this place? But how far can I walk, considering that I don't even know where I am? Oh, whoops. Considering that I don't even know where I am. It turns out that my only option is to wait. After some time, the girls came back. Uliana held something in her hands. Look! I looked up and saw a crayfish. Just a normal crayfish. Uliana lay next to me and started to torment it. Poor crayfish. Oh, leave the poor animal alone. Why? It's just a crayfish. So what? It has a right to live too. I'll rip its claws off and ask the cook to boil it for dinner. As if we have nothing else to eat. I looked at Elisa. She seemed to be totally uninterested in Uliana's fun with the poor sea creature. Tell her. What's wrong? It's a crayfish. It deserves it. What did that crayfish do? It looked like the girls missed their lessons on nature in primary school and lacked empathy for the environment. Give it. I snatched the crayfish off Uliana. Suit yourself. Why are you blushing? What? I was a little surprised she didn't resist. Why are you blushing? I looked into the eyes of the poor animal. They didn't express anything at all, but I thought that if it could speak, it would certainly be outraged. Maybe it would even go to the UN Convention of Human Rights. To tell the truth, I wasn't sure that would help. I took the crayfish to the river and set it free. Never mind, I'll catch more. There are plenty of them here, said Uliana. No doubt about it, I mumbled. Why are you blushing when I took the crayfish away from you? Why? Time passed and I was getting sleepy. I fell asleep. I don't remember what I was dreaming about, if I was dreaming at all, but I woke up when someone shook my shoulder. Oh my! Hello there! Olga Dmitrievna stood next to me. I'm trying to make this part as soft as possible, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it right or not. Did you come to swim too? I asked, still half asleep. Oh, I didn't do my accent there. Whoops. No. It's almost time for lunch and we still can't find Shurik. So why are you in a bikini? The leader said, standing before me in a wet swimsuit. And I want you to look for him. It seems like I'm the only pioneer in this entire camp. I was sincerely outraged. Every time it was getting clearer that Olga Dmitrievna considered me her errand boy, to be used like a slave. Chill, bro. Or vice versa. If I came to you, then I want you to help me. Why exactly me? However, after giving it some thought, I decided to agree. After all, my shoulders and back got sunburned while I was sleeping, and searching for Shurik would let me get acquainted with unexplored locations of the camp. Okay. It was not exactly right to wander around wearing only swimming trunks, so I should get changed first. Ooh, mama, she looks good in that. 10 minutes later, I stood outside Olga Dmitrievna's cabin, deciding where to go. Okay, there's a lot of places. Alright, so we'll end it here this time. This is a bit shorter than last time, I think. Because I am gonna have to go somewhere soon. But that's all for today. Leave a comment or like or whatever you wish to do. But most importantly, if there's anything you want to comment about or critique or even suggest me to do, feel free to do so. I'm always looking for new ideas. And thanks for watching. I hope you all have a nice day. Goodbye, everyone.